Alright, guys, so we are both in about the same spot. I was able to skip it, but Mr. Panda Bear had to play through the tournament, and he lost against Anna, so we are going to
Yep.
pick up where we left off. Oh, by the way, this is a new episode. It's kind of like a second part to the last episode, but, you know, whatever. Anyway, welcome back to some more Everlasting Summer. And, yeah, like I said, I just basically recapped what happened last episode, and so we'll continue.
Alrighty. Oh, right. It's my line, right?
Yep.
At least I've won a single round. I left the canteen. It was still too early to sleep, and a short walk looked like a good idea. Where should I head to?
So we can
Uh,
go. Actually, we should save this. Let's just. I'm
yeah,
gonna
let's just
save it.
end. Wait, save. Oh, yeah, save here.
Yep. Because we could just come because we have to go to the scene, but we could go to all of these other places and check them out if we wanted to.
Um, I think that's something that we should do off camera,
Okay.
like by ourselves.
All right. So we got to go to the scene if I remember correctly.
Alrighty. Yep. The events of the past day kept flashing brightly in my head. That stupid, useless checklist, this foolish tournament. Tonight, I had no intention of doing anything or to talk or to talking to anybody.
Yeah.
The investigation of my complicated situation is the last thing on earth I wanted to do this evening. I headed to the north, at least where I thought it was. It was my habit from my youth to go to the north. I like this part of my hometown more than the southern district. Traveling to the Black Sea resorts was never my thing either. Boundless forests and fields were much closer to me than beaches and uh, barkans. Several minutes later, an open air stage consisting of several benches and a platform appeared before my eyes. I climbed onto the stage. So much varied, so much varied musical equipment, loudspeakers, a microphone stand, and even a piano. I imagined a crowd of people in front of me, everyone screaming, shouting my name, myself blinded by the spotlight. I imagined a guitar in my hand and attempted to play a long and striking solo. I supposed it looked pretty funny from a stranger's point of view. A weird guy swinging his arms on stage, jumping around like an ape and making faces. I hope no one can see me here.
Hey! I don't. No, I'm not gonna be. Hey! I'm sorry. I was just eating something. So old man, old woman Koopa came out.
Yeah. Piped up from somewhere above. I looked up and saw Anna hanging over the beam under the stage ceiling.
I'm just gonna get a screenshot of that. All right.
That's hilarious.
And what are you doing here?
Also, I don't mean to be or anything.
Hmm?
Her skirt is magical.
Mm. Yeah.
I'm just dot dot dot.
Deny.
Denial is obviously futile. You saw it, didn't you? I said in frustration and turned away.
Oh, I saw wasted guitar. I saw wasted guitar talent in you.
I said nothing.
Hey, come on, don't frown. It was funny enough.
She giggled.
Dee.
Funny enough, eh? I huffed.
Yep.
Huh. Anna answered calmly.
Come up here, dude.
Where to?
To me.
I ain't gonna get up there. Don't even try to convince me. Not that I have a fear of heights. It's just that climbing up there is pointless, isn't it?
No, just get up here.
I felt it in my bones that something was going wrong, but still slowly headed her way. When I found myself standing under Anna, she cried out,
Catch me! So yeah,
and
we're gonna have to edit this part out because, dating games. So, and anime. So you'll just be once again seeing lovely pictures of Stalin, Lenin, and the Red Army. So we will continue.
yep, yep, and jumped, dot, dot, dot. Thousands of thoughts flashed through my mind in an instant. How would I catch her? Is it worth trying? What if she dies? What if she breaks my something?
I think it's supposed to be like anything. What if she
Yeah,
breaks
why the
a
hell
bone?
does this happen to me? That's her
How
own
did
fault.
this
No more
happen
fooling
to
around.
me?
Wow, what a number of thoughts come and go within the blink of an eye, when sometimes many years are not enough to come up with a single idea. At last, logic and self preservation instinct won the battle, and I stepped back.
Okay, and then we're gonna stop this part because now I don't think we have to worry about that anymore. So we'll be right back again. Okay, we're back.
Anna landed gently, tumbled, instantly jumped to her feet, and looked at me with offense.
I almost said moly moly. Holly moly, why didn't you catch me?
You didn't get hurt? Dot dot dot? I answered, shifting my glance.
What if I did?
But you didn't. What's up with you? Watched too many B movies recently?
So, don't you care about me?
She grinned. Well, in this situation, certainly I do care.
I'm flattered.
Why, hey, don't get any ideas, dot dot dot.
Okay, okay, you're forgiven for the cards.
And you are not, dot dot dot. I had no time to finish the sentence, only jumped off the stage and vanished into the dark of the night. Yep, one more childish trick from the girl. Sure, I was worrying about her at the moment, as I would for anyone else in her place. Dot dot dot. Uh, Once again, cursing Olna in my mind, I headed towards my cabin. For the first time today, I finally felt how tired I was. There was no light in the window, so Olga Dmitrievna must have been sleeping already. Strange enough, she waited for me yesterday. I entered the cabin quietly, stripped and laid on the bed. When you think about it, my situation hadn't gotten any clearer today. In fact, I've spent whole day doing useless stuff. I would have never have even thought about doing something like this in the real world, although I had plenty of time. How much time I would have here in total is still a mystery. Maybe an eternity, or maybe there are only a few minutes left. I just didn't want to think about the past, about how I got to this camp. For the first time in a long while, I felt really tired. Not only emotionally tired, but also physically tired, psychologically tired, and God knows what else tired. Dot dot dot. I just wanted everyone and everything to shove off, starting with my own thoughts. I wanted this mess somehow resolved by itself, or at least without my active participation. And what if I'm stuck here forever? Then I'll have to get used to it. Dot dot dot. So just like that, dot dot dot, I dot dot dot, I'm not ready. Dot dot dot. Ahem. Dot dot dot. My consciousness slowly drifted away from me, and it became progressively harder to concentrate on something distinct. Perhaps it's better to wait until tomorrow. Dot dot dot. I rolled over and fell asleep. Cock-a-doodle-doo!
Day 3.
What time are we at?
I think it was like 8 minutes. I think we're probably at 9 now.
Okay. The night left a feeling of anxiety. I woke up exhausted, both physically and mentally. It happens to me all the time. You see incredibly lucid images in your dreams, as if you fell into a Hollywood blockbuster with a plot full of twists, well paid actors, and multi-million-dollar visual effects, and then you wake in the morning without remembering a thing. That's what I was trying to do, to restore the images shown by my relaxed brain. But that part of my memory was empty, either achieved or formatted completely.
Archived.
Archived, sorry. It's 7 a.m. according to the clock. It seems to be an early bird morning today. Olga Dmitriev was still sleeping, wrapping tightly in her blanket. Wrapping so tightly in a hot summer? I got up, stretched, and went to the mirror to have a look at myself. I'd better shave. Strange idea, before twice a month was enough. But now nothing depends on. What?
Nothing depends on how I
But
look.
now nothing depends on the way I look. I haven't found a razor anyway. Why do I even need it if I look like I'm 17 at most? So, dot to dot. Breakfast can't start earlier than 9 a.m., and this means I have plenty of time, which I could spend on walking and washing, for example. The water didn't seem as ice cold as the previous day. On the contrary, its refreshing coolness helped me to brace and come back to reality, whether all these events could be called real. The tooth powder didn't seem to be such an outdated thing. A quick thought struck me that it's not that different from toothpaste. When I returned to the cabin, Olga Dmitrievna was already up. She was standing in front of the mirror and fixing her hair.
I can't remember her voice. Good morning, Semyon.
Morning. Because of a lack of sleep, my head was still singing and my thoughts were all jumbled together. However, I didn't regret waking up instead of my usual habit of sleeping 2 or 3 hours more.
How come you got up so early?
It just happened, dot dot dot.
Oh, with no neckerchief once again. Let me.
I'll do it myself, not a big deal, dot dot dot. On my way to the canteen.
I don't think so. Do it now. Don't forget about the lineup before breakfast.
How could I ever forget? And what's the lineup going to be about today?
And apparently my video is finished editing. We'll discuss the agenda for today.
So, what's the agenda? Frankly speaking, I didn't care for what might be on the agenda for our courageous pioneer troop. I was mostly interested in where our brave leader will send our little pioneer army for the following 12 to 15 hours. Maybe I could manage to avoid enemy locations. Oof. You'll find out at the lineup.
Okay, you're gonna read my lines now.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine. I
It's
did the
your
same
line.
thing. You'll find that out at the lineup.
She gave me a wily smile. Olga Dmitrievna, you know my stomach is getting upset. I'd rather. Well, you know. I believe that's okay to miss the lineup once. It could get all nasty if I fail to right there. Where did all this courage come from?
You have 5 more minutes.
I'm afraid I need more time. I could. Could you tell me right now, please? Sure, I'll try, but just in case it all goes down.
Oh, fine. On our list today is cleaning the camp locations, organizing the books in the library, some other minor tasks, and of course, we have a ball in the evening. Watch yourself. You must take part in your camp activities today.
You bet! Definitely! And now I'd rather.
Come on, let's hit the road.
I came out of the cabin and hid in the bushes behind it, waiting for Olga Dmitrievna to leave. Actually, I didn't have any particular reason to behave this way, but the voice within me kept telling me that I have nothing to do with the lineup. Dot dot dot. After the camp leader left, I went back into the cabin to wait for breakfast there. Well, I'm not planning on taking part in community life today.
Actually,
Cleaning
he
and
is because we
organizing.
have to for the route.
That's not what someone in my situation is doing. 2 days have passed and I'm still right where I started. All the residents seem to be perfectly ordinary people. They weren't involved in any conspiracy, weren't communicating with aliens, and had no idea about time warps. Of course, each of them is a bit peculiar, but those Jesus. Those Jesuses do not seem out of line at all. Do you like that? How I just
Smooth. Real smooth.
yeah. Moreover, if I had met any of these pioneers in my familiar world, I wouldn't suspect anything wrong. They seem to be even more normal and natural than, let's say, yours truly.
That is true. He is really weird in this universe. Like,
Yeah.
like, why this camp? What do you mean? What do you mean? Where am I?
hmm This line of reasoning was quite logical. The illogical part was the absence of answers. Ordinary people in an extraordinary place. I've heard and seen that already. Some dozens of pioneers, or even more, uh, live their familiar lives and do their regular stuff day by day. They don't understand that the world around them is not what it looks like. Okay, but this is their point of view. As for me, I'm not acquainted with the world of the Sov Corbin
The Savulyak,
camp
Sovyanok camp.
and its
The Owlet.
residents. Yeah, of the Owlet camp and its residents. Even if they seem to behave way normal would under the same circumstances. Okay, can I just point out that when we had switched before, there was a time period when a lot of the girls and heroines and Cheesekov, like when all of them were talking a lot.
Yeah.
Then we switch back and it's like me talking for hours.
Yeah.
Ugh, all right. I have to decide here and now. Are those people happy with me? And can they give me any answers? Or do I have to seek the truth somewhere? Dot dot dot. It seems I overdid it a bit with the thinking. There's no usual crowd of hungry pioneers near the canteen. Or even inside the canteen. Most of them probably had their breakfast before 9 a.m. That's even better. Two's company, three's a crowd. Lena was sitting in the farthest canteen, lazily picking with her fork at an amorphous lump of that vaguely resembled porridge. Having a breakfast with her seems like a good idea. We can have a chat in peace, or at least try to have one. I was on the way to her table when somebody grabbed me by my sleeve. Zena, the librarian.
Get your meal and come. We need to talk.
Dot dot dot.
What are you waiting for?
I was a bit confused. Pardon, isn't this a bit too sudden?
What's wrong? Get your meal and sit down.
I suppose that she considers her behavior completely normal.
So, sorry, I promised Lena, or fine, wait a minute. Though it doesn't really change anything, actually.
Let's sit with Zena. I want to see what she has to say.
Okay, fine, wait a minute.
I'm not sure why, but I accepted the invitation. What if I can learn something new? She is such a bookworm. Minute later, I was sitting in front of Zena with the tray and the simple meal on it. Porridge, 2 eggs, 4 pieces of white bread, a sausage, and a glass of
That
compote.
is a lot of food.
Bon appetit!
Thanks.
I decided to act as politely as I could, and also eat more neatly without chomping and spilling crumbs of or drops of compote. So what do you want to talk about?
Today at the library.
Dot dot dot. I wasn't listening from this point onwards. I immediately recalled Olga Dmitriev's words about the schedule events for today.
This game does not want you to have me read at all. It's like it's like, oh, you have an option to be in a conversation with someone, and they're like, let's just skip the conversation to make Mr. Panda Bear read more. Don't forget.
Oh, what?
I said, don't forget to visit the library after lunch.
What for?
Were you even listening?
Nope. I admitted honestly. Xena's face turned red, then appeared green, then took on a soft. There's something wrong.
Yeah, quick.
If her
to
face
the
is like
infirmary.
red and then green and purple, that's bad.
Today, after lunch, you in the library. Got it, Dunce?
Dunce.
Oh, right. Dunce. I was thinking of the, Italian word for leader.
Dunce? Who's she calling a dunce? What kind of curse is that? Tough. Though a pioneer must never use a curse word, how could I forget this rule? Oh yeah, sure, I apologize, of course. I'll be there. Actually, I wasn't really planning to go anywhere. But if you want to make someone speak, you need to sacrifice a bit first. By the way, what year is it now? I totally lost count. I decided to play fair. She looked at me perplexed and answered,
Have you gone completely bananas?
honestly, that's how I felt for the last few days. Xena didn't reply. So what year is it? I smiled kindly.
Listen, why don't you visit the infirmary?
Will they tell me what year it is there?
Oh, certainly, and even more.
Xena stood up and headed to the exit. Wait, you didn't finish your meal. But it looks like she won't be back. I was finishing chewing on the sausage, which tasted like a twisted pear cable? What?
I have no clue.
Okay. I wonder if they have internet access here. I guess not. A pioneer sitting at a table noticed me talking to myself and stared at me. I smiled and waved to him in return. After such a friendly greeting, he, for some reason, left the canteen quickly without breakfast. Done with the food, it's time to search for some clues. Sometime later, I finally came to the infirmary. I have nothing to do in that place, though the nurse seemed quite caring. It's better to keep a distance from her. Such benevolence is actually scary. She may know something, but I just hadn't the courage to enter the infirmary. Moreover, I had no reason to, not a single one. Immersed in my own thoughts, I didn't notice the nurse who was standing on the porch.
Hi there, pioneer.
She came closer.
You must be sick. Did you come for some medicine?
No, I was just wandering around.
Oh, that's not
Trant.
a tyrant. Oh, a tyrant, I
Trant.
see.
Trant,
Trant, I see.
I think.
But if you're here, I have a serious task for you.
I gave her a look of inquiry.
Well,
The word
I'm just gonna
task
take a.
made me feel what?
I was just looking for cause we're gonna have an option here, so I was just looking what we need to choose.
Okay. The word task made me feel uneasy. It sounded thing. Wait, what was that last word?
Inevitable.
Inevitable. Sorry, I accidentally clicked enter
Oh.
before reading what it was. The nurse smiled spitefully. Also, what time is it?
Uh.
It's 1:05, but
Oh.
video.
Oh, we're almost at 20 minutes. We'll finish this line, then we'll end it.
Well, it's your
You both.
line, so
Yeah. You both will help me. Yeah. You both will help me to make an inventory of supplied medicine which arrived today.
both? Who are we? Perhaps I misheard. But that word could be confused with both.
Hi.
Lena emerged from behind the nurse's back. It seemed strange that I hadn't noticed.
Come here after dinner. I have to explain everything to Lena. She will tell you what to do.
Medicine, huh? Supplied today? But Olga Dmitriev told me that no bus would arrive in the next couple of days. So there were visitors to our camp today?
Yes, they arrived from the city this morning. Why are you asking?
Just curious. Dot dot dot.
All right then, Pioneer. So tonight, after dinner, you'll be here? Maybe I...
Lena was barely noticeable this whole time. Surely she's able to remain invisible like a skilled ninja.
I could do it on my own. No way, there's a lot of boxes. And a Pioneer is always ready. Isn't that so, Pioneer? Why'd she
She
get so
gazed.
blushy?
I don't know.
I'm very
She gazed at me and
concerned.
smiled. Me. Wait.
What?
Menacingly. I don't want to spend the whole evening doing something like this. And also, I've got more important things to do. But rejecting this request would be really improper. If it wasn't Lena who was standing there, I'd definitely think my way out.
So, we have to say, we have to say no. I think. Yeah. Yeah, we gotta say, Olga Dmitrievna asked me to help her tonight. Actually, I'll save it here.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go
Alright,
back.
so we're gonna say that, but then we're gonna have to end the episode. So, I hope you guys enjoy. If you did, like been to that jazz. In next episode, we will continue helping out with some other, help out Anna, and yeah. So, we'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.
Yep, yep, yep.